Alright, again, I don't know if this thing's recording, so I'm probably wasting my time talking to nothing. But I haven't posted a video in a long time. A, because no one watched my channel, and B, because I haven't really had anything to talk about. But Dark Souls 2 is out now, and now I have something to talk about. I need to vent. Number one, I do not understand the people who don't think this game has issues, who think this game's awesome and great and perfect. I mean, even the PvE, even the campaign, man. I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. So I'm going to start with PvP, because that's what I'm doing right now. And that's why I play Souls games. I mean, the campaign's fun, the difficulty's cool, you know. But the real reason I play Dark Souls, the reason I played Dark Souls for 3 years straight, pretty much, was not to play through the game over and over and over again. It was because it had some of the best PvP in video games that I've ever experienced. Sure, I mean, it had flaws. Backstabbing, roll stabbing, you know, they never really addressed that. And, you know, began work on their sequel, and it ended up in a state that was decent in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, they could have adjusted the hitbox on the backstab, you know, so it wasn't like a full 180-degree hitbox. Aside from that, I mean, they had everything. The game was near perfect when it came to PvP, in my opinion. You know, people argue with you all day, and opinions are fucking a dime a dozen, and that's just my opinion. But so that brings me to Dark Souls 2. So we're left. We play this. I mean, I played this game for 3 years. I've never played a game that long. I play games and I fucking shelve them. Beat them once and I shelve them, unless there's good multiplayer. So, I mean, to put things in perspective, I usually spend, you know, maybe 20 hours on a game, and then it's shelved, and I rarely go back and play another game. Or I rarely go back and replay a game. So, again, I don't know where to start, but Dark Souls 2, I mean, holy shit. Where to start? I'll just start off, you know, I started a melee. I started as a knight and decided to go for, you know, a 40-40 build. The idea of, yeah, you know, 40-40. Looks like there's a lot of quality, you know, scaling type weapons in this game. I did a little research before and decided, yeah, I mean, look at the Sun Sword, look at the Claymore. I mean, it's scaling in both strength and dex. So, yeah, I'm gonna go 40-40 and try out all these different weapons, and then maybe, you know, because they did add a lot of cool things like respecking. That's awesome. Respecking, the ability to respec your character, that's a great change. The name engraved ring, that's a great way to help people connect to each other. But for all the good things they added, I mean, for each good thing they added, I could fucking name 5 bad things. Like, for each step forward, they took 5 steps back. And they ended up with a great game, don't get me wrong, but a fucking mess, dude. I mean, okay, to start off, you know, you play through the game. I mean, just offhand, I really should have taken notes before I started this rant, you know, because there's so much going on. But And I'm just going to start off thinking, I started and played through the game. It took me about 100 hours to finish. I took my time. I grinded out some spots. Some of that time was, standing still, chatting, or leaving it on. My count got up to 100 hours. I probably really spent about 60 hours playing through the game. So one of the first things I noticed after really getting past, the first area and kind of getting a feel for the game, the new mechanics, the new engine. I kind of got my ass kicked by the last giant, but once I got past that first, couple days of getting used to the new rolling and the lack of iframes on the roll, it was fine. But one of the first things I noticed after I beat the last giant is how easy the bosses seem. I went from the last giant, and he killed me a few times. I was still learning. I'm a Dark Souls veteran, so it's not like I'm new to the series. But there's differences, like I said, like the lack of iframes and things. So that boss was hard at first. I guarantee you right now I can beat him without getting touched. So there's Dark Souls for you. Play and get better. But so the last giant gave me some trouble, but through the rest of the game, I breezed through most of the bosses. The only other boss I had even a lick of trouble with was Nashandra, the very last boss. And as soon as I found out that those curse clouds, for some reason I thought they like hovered toward you. So I was doing the fight wrong, basically. And as soon as I found out that those stayed in place, and that I only really needed to attack one of them and basically kite her over toward me, so I could fight her without getting cursed constantly. Took me 2 tries, it was done. So first major thing I know is bosses are easy. The game itself was pretty easy. After that first hurdle. But it was fun. It was it was good. It felt kind of like the areas felt kind of like stitched together to me. Dark Souls had more of a kind of flow to it as far as the world goes. But this one felt like, I don't know, they were trying for too much, too much Majula it seems out of place. It's bright. It's just, but I can live with all that. I can live with that. It was a fun experience, and I'll probably, I might play through NG Plus, and I say might because, which leads me to my next point. The PvP is atrocious. It's atrocious. I don't even know where to start. I guess they decided to go with a new engine for whatever reason. Dark Souls had some of the tightest combats, tightest controls, but for whatever reason they decided to go with a new engine. And I'm not sure what the benefit of this new engine is, because I'm not seeing any increase in performance. If anything, I'm seeing kind of more of a decrease in performance, aside from Blighttown. I'd say the average frame rate's probably a touch lower on this game. and I don't think it looks any better. I mean, so this new engine, you know, in PvP it feels slow. I mean, holy shit! It's not even in the same realm as Dark Souls PvP, in my opinion. It feels slow. It's sluggish. It's not. It doesn't feel rewarding when you win. When you lose, it's just kind of meh. It's just meh. When you win, it's meh. When you lose, it's, you know, wow, that guy looked like he was really far away. Why did that actually hit me? You know, we're supposed to get what? We're on dedicated servers now. I mean, what? I feel like I feel more laggy than ever. I mean, I'm having way more lag issues in this game than I did in Dark Souls. I mean, maybe I'm a rare case, but I didn't have a lot of lag problems in Dark Souls. I'd have the occasional, connection problem with the occasional invasion, but 95% of my PvP encounters in Dark Souls are fine lag wise. The only problem with Dark Souls, in my I'm just gonna say it right now. This is all opinion. So I'm gonna stop saying "in my opinion" over and over again. This is all my opinion. Everyone has an opinion. Okay, I'm not stating anything as fact. So you guys, I say one thing in the fucking chat room and people just freak the fuck out. It's like people are afraid to admit that this game has even like a single issue when it's riddled. I mean, the whole game is a fucking issue, man. It's not in the same league. The PvP feels like an afterthought. I mean, you're basically forced now to run builds with. I mean, I've always been a melee fighter in Dark Souls, Demon Souls. I like the melee combat. I think that's what really makes the series what it is. It's the tight control, the tight melee combat. But this time around, those tight controls are out the window. Melee combat feels sluggish. It's when you're PvPing, it's out of sync. Like the hitboxes are you're out of sync with the other player, and you're getting hit when visibly you're not, but yet you're taking damage. Like on their screen, it probably looks like, yeah, I got hit, but on my screen, that sword missed me by 10 feet. So I don't know if it's an engine thing, if it's a netcode thing, but there's some serious lag issues that, there was some phantom hitting in Dark Souls, but for the most part, it was like in Dark Souls 1, it was more you would miss when you thought you hit, and in this game, it's more you get hit when it looks like you didn't. Like it's out of sync. Like what you see on your screen is not what the other player sees on their screen. I guarantee that. Man, I'm already at 15 minutes and I'm so scattered. I need to redo this. I need to take notes and not, bulleted points to talk about. But dude, this game is a mess. The PvP it doesn't feel rewarding. Like I said, I'm rolling a 40-40 build. My idea was to roll 40-40 and test out the weapons and pick one and then maybe respec, because I think that's a great thing they did. The Lord Vessels, or the Soul Vessels, sorry, that they added to this game, so you can actually respec your stats without having to replay through the whole game. I think that's awesome. So my idea was, yeah, roll 40-40 and then respec around, like, pick a couple, a weapon or two that you like, and respec your stats to optimize, for that weapon. But this time around, like, the scaling for physical weapons is basically non-existent. Like, you're basically forced to raise either faith or int. Pure melee is viable to a degree, but if you're fighting someone that has a dark hex buff or any kind of buff, really, they're going to have an extreme advantage over you. And so basically, to be competitive, you have to build your character a certain way. You have to use buffs, and it's a mess. Like look at how scatterbrained I am right now. Like, it's such a mess that I don't even know where to start. Like everything about it. The whole I don't know. The PvE, it feels good to me, but when you get into a PvP match with someone, it feels like it was tacked on. It's like it feels like they didn't realize that they had this awesome PvP game in Dark Souls. It feels like they don't, like, From Software didn't realize that PvP was so good in their game, and now it feels like an afterthought. It feels like, oh yeah, who cares about PvP balance? As long as we get the PvE right, that's what the Souls games are about, right? I don't know, dude. It's a real disappointment to me. It's something I've been waiting. Oh, a lot of us have been waiting for, year and a half for this game to come out. Count down the days when March hit. I mean, we've been excited for this game for so long. It's just, it sucks, man. It sucks that that it is what it is. And I mean, they can patches. Patches can only do so much. To me, the issue is core. It's with the engine. It's the whole feel of the combat. It's not. But that being said, if they decide that they want to make melee pure melee a viable choice, and actually, make it so you can't buff infused weapons, I mean, dude, you're at a straight up disadvantage if you're not infusing and using like a fully upgraded physical plus 10 weapon on a 40-40 build is inferior. Okay, let's put it this way. Let's take a Claymore. It has CC scaling, not very, but at 40-40, it should be good. In Dark Souls, it was good. It certainly outdamaged a plus, a base stat plus 5 lightning. It damn well should, because you invested 80 points in the dex and strength. 80 fucking points. But in this game, all you need is the minimum stats to wield the weapon, and then infuse it with fire or whatever, and you're gonna outdamage what you would be doing at 40-40. So basically, physical scaling is broken. It's either broken or From didn't want you to do that. They wanted you to do infusions. Uh, fuck it, dude. This game's a fucking mess. It's a disappointment. A lot of people are bummed out. You know, a lot of people are happy. I think a lot of the shittier Dark Souls players are happy because they can roll a mage and one shot people. You know, everyone. You know, all these people are excited about how they can one shot people now. It's like, dude, how is that a good thing? Like, you think you're good because you pushed a button on a controller and, you know, that doesn't make you good. Like, that's not a good thing that you can, you know, pump your int and just one shot people in PvP. That doesn't make you good, and that doesn't make the game good. Yeah, I'm gonna redo this, but seriously, fuck Dark Souls 2 PvP. You know, the PvE campaign was decent. It felt like it was patched together. You know, all these different areas with, I don't know, man. I'm just disappointed as fuck. I just got done, you know, spent a couple hours dueling Brotherhood of the Blood, and it's pretty cool, actually. I mean, it's constant PvP, but the PvP sucks. So, you know, I'm not having any fun. Are you? And if you are, like, what are you doing? Like, are you rolling a mage? You just get off on winning? Like, because to me, it wasn't about winning and losing. It was about having, like, good fights, like, landing parries and stuff in Dark Souls 1. Landing parry, like, nicely timed parries. It was all about that real tight and Dark Souls 2.